Hi, this is Jonathan Ginsberg, and I want to talk to you today about what happens if you decide to surrender your house in the middle of your Chapter 13. Let's say you've been in Chapter 13 for a year and a half, 2 years. It becomes apparent you cannot afford to make your mortgage payments, and you decide to surrender your house. What does that mean? How soon do you have to leave? What actually happens? Well, in this situation, you surrender your property. We would send we'd file an amendment to your Chapter 13 plan in your budget and basically say that we are no longer able to afford this property. We're surrendering it. The mortgage company then gets notice of that. They would typically file a motion for relief from stay based on your notice of intent to surrender. That would typically be about 3 or 4 or 5 weeks before they got in front of the judge. Of course, we would not oppose it. Then once the stay was lifted, they would start foreclosure proceedings, and normally that's going to take at a minimum 2 or 3 months before they're going to actually get the foreclosure case in the courthouse steps. So realistically, if you said to me, I'm surrendering my house today, it's going to be 3, 4, 5 months before you actually have to move in the middle of your Chapter 13. Now, I would advise you that if you're doing that, you should go ahead and make arrangements to get a place to live sooner rather than later, because of course in the middle of a Chapter 13, your credit's not going to be very good. It's going to be hard to find places to rent if you have bad credit. So I would certainly start early, but most of the time you can figure you can stay there in your house for another 3, 4, or 5 months before you actually have to leave. And of course, don't wait until the foreclosure is actually started and you're facing an eviction before you start thinking about a place to live. That's why it's important to sort of plan ahead with that. But that's the time frame if you decide to surrender your house in the middle of your Chapter 13. Hope this has been helpful. Again, Jonathan Ginsberg here. Any questions? Let me know. Thanks a lot.